Well, we're recording, so whenever you guys are ready, let's introduce this thing.
I think that was a good intro.
Welcome, everybody, to the 5th episode of Completely Bullcrap. I mean, what's it called? I forgot.
think it's utterly nonsense.
That title is nonsense.
This is the Halloween special.
I'm Jack Burns.
We have a special guest of honor today,
Jack
substituting
Burns.
in for Jack. We have
Yes, Jack has explosive diarrhea and
Jack
cannot be
Burns.
here tonight.
Unfortunately.
we have Drew Fox, the writer of the NBS Digital
Hello.
Shorts, as
Hi.
I'm sure you've seen. This is the
What's that?
mastermind behind the highly
Go
controversial
Mastermind.
Owls versus Greek Life.
Yes.
Woo.
You know, we got a lot of heat on our channel for that, Drew.
Oh yes,
Ooh.
we got a whole one comment.
Oh my god.
Oh, one.
It's more comments
Oh,
than we usually get.
we didn't even get a downvote.
It was
Yeah,
pretty.
we did.
Now,
was-
oh, we did.
Compared to the 3 upvotes, though, so I'm considering that.
Yeah, 3-1. We're still winning.
So
Okay.
that's for 75%.
This has been a long introduction. Cue intro.
So what are we talking about?
So it is Halloween next week.
Halloween. This is our Halloween special. Spooky
Yeah.
nonsense.
There's not going to be any jump scares tonight, so don't expect anything.
That's not
too
fun.
Scary.
Surprised? I wasn't.
God, this is going to be an editing nightmare for me. Okay, so what do you guys think about Halloween? What do you think about scary movies in general?
I think, like anything else, it's always fun to watch Halloween movies around the holiday season. Like, of course, Christmas comes around. I have a tradition in my house where we always watch all these different versions of A Christmas Carol. So when Halloween comes around, got to watch Halloween. I want to see Michael Myers.
Okay, so you're an actual legitimate Halloween fan.
I am. Well, yeah, you could say that. Like, I haven't seen all the movies, but I've seen the good ones.
Okay.
Like 1, 2, H2O, and for some reason the Rob Zombie ones.
Well, Rob Zombie's Rob Zombie. Gotta watch Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Drew? Any favorite Halloween movie?
I think the greatest movie of all time is Halloween Town. That is the best one by far.
Halloween Town.
By far.
Okay.
No, but I do like a good. I do like my horror movies. I am like kind of addicted to them. I got into them with like Paranormal Activity way back when I was like a middle schooler,
Sure.
and I thought that was good.
I just remember, like, even in middle school, I remember those being ridiculously fucking stupid.
No, I don't
Like,
know.
I just remember
I'm kind of
seeing
stupid myself.
Like I remember 90% of the trailer, and these things aired like every fucking hour on the hour. It was basically just people reacting to this movie. It wasn't the actual.
Oh no, I
movie.
do remember those.
Remember
They'd be like in the theaters with like infrared, and then they'd be like, "This is the real life,
Oh, yeah, I
real
remember
life
that.
reaction of this guy," and
Yeah,
he'll be
those
just
were
be sitting there with some
experience.
popcorn and just like chilling.
There's some guy with glasses and he goes,
And you're just like, "Wow, I need to
Those
see that
people's
movie."
reactions
You
were
ever
scary.
notice how no one who actually goes to see horror movies ever reacts like that to a fucking horror movie?
I would be like hitting the person next to me, like, "Dude, he's fucking dying. Like, why is he? What is he doing?" Like,
yeah.
shit like
This is
that.
what I usually do. Like if something happens, I'm like, why did he kill that guy? What's going on? Where did he come from? I don't know who they are.
I was swiping on Tinder. What just happened?
Doing anything but paying attention.
Yeah.
Like when I watched Blade Runner because I got sleepy.
Yeah, I mean, you've missed like an hour of that just from.
I don't think I missed that much.
You missed like an hour of it. I mean, if you were confused by the movie, you definitely slept through like important parts.
I was confused, but then when we talked about it after,
Yeah.
like
So I think we cleared.
everything you said, I think I pretty much got it. That's off topic.
Well, you should try rewatching it when you actually have the energy to stay up for 3 hours.
That is a good point.
Okay, so my favorite Halloween movies.
No one
It's
asked.
an interesting reason. It's interesting that you asked that.
You asked that.
You asked that to
Yes, yes, I
yourself.
did, and I stuttered on asking it to myself. But so I actually just wrote a listicle, and I hate that word listicle. It sounds like a cross between a list and a testicle. But right?
Talk dirty to me
what
some
the fuck,
more.
BuzzFeed, you're
It
just
does.
fucking pervy.
Well, why are you looking on BuzzFeed of all places for
it's
ideas?
not that I'm looking on BuzzFeed. It's that they kind of coined that term, and you can't write a list article without thinking listicle. But so I just
I would
wrote.
just say list.
So I just wrote a list/article on the 10 best Halloween movies to watch in preparation for Halloween for View Now, which we will provide a link for in the description below.
10 best according to your
According
great
to
mind.
my personal opinion.
According to CJ.
And let's be honest, when it comes to my opinion,
Which, if
they're
you know
basically
him,
facts.
Yes.
Yeah.
His opinions on Twitter
They're
are
basically
all,
objective.
this is the greatest thing of all time. This is the worst thing of all time. It's absolute. You got to believe it.
No
My
gray
opinions
space.
are objective. There is no debate. So I'll just say my top 3 right now because I have a hard time narrowing it down to like number 1, number 2. So like again, this list wasn't in any particular order. It was just an arbitrary order that I compiled together in about half an hour on Sunday afternoon. So my top 3 in no particular order are Psycho, Get Out.
Which version of Psycho?
You shouldn't have to ask that. The Alfred Hitchcock version, of course.
Okay.
Okay. Get Out, which of course came out earlier this year, Jordan Peele's directorial debut. Amazing movie if you haven't seen it yet. And we could talk for hours on that, honestly.
Get Out.
And Shaun of the Dead is actually number 3.
Okay. Get Out.
Which shouldn't be surprising, but yeah. So that's my top 3.
I tend to like the slasher ones.
Well, see, I
'Cause
just
they
find those
feel
boring, you know?
Well, I have a sick obsession with killing stupid teenagers. No.
I know.
I think it's just a fun formula. Especially for like, when you want to get into the spirit of things, like, people when they walk around on Halloween that they want to, well, I don't know if they want to be scared necessarily, but it's always something in the back of your mind like, is something going to scare me tonight?
Right.
And it's just always the thought, what if that one monster finally does come? What will I do? Run screaming like a girl.
It was fun this summer. My uncle took me to the original Halloween like series when they also first came out with like 3D. So it was like super cheesy how they did the 3D because they were trying to like, make it like super obvious that it's like 3D. They're like slow mo poking you in
So
the
it's
eye
so
and
like
stuff.
The Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas special, but
I'm
But
gonna
like
stab
super
you.
cheesy. But it was like
unintentionally.
it was like cool though because it was like 60s original, just like 3D kind of shit. And it was just I don't know. It was just kind of fun, like being in a whole room of everyone just like laughing at how corny it was, and I don't know. It was just fun.
I think it's
Yeah.
like every 10 years some studio tries to push 3D because like 3D is nothing new, but it's you know what I mean. Like there's
Yeah.
advances with it every few years, but
I remember they like redid like a Jaws 3D and
Yeah,
Lion King
absolutely.
3D. That was
And-
huge when Lion King 3D came out.
Yeah, but Jaws. Did you ever see Jaws 3D?
No,
It was so shitty.
was it?
Yeah, just
Weren't all the Jaws sequels kind of bad?
yeah they were.
and some
Honestly,
just
the
terrible?
First Jaws I wasn't crazy about. I thought it was kind of a low point for Spielberg, but
Whoa.
yeah, no
Controversial opinions here.
But no, Jaws never was really one of my favorite Spielberg movies. Especially when he came out with E.T. like right around the same time. It makes you wonder how
They just came out with ET 3D.
did they?
Yeah, they
Wait,
did.
really?
Why?
Wait, I think they did, or they
Recently?
Yeah, like literally like a month ago. I thought, or am I
Well,
thinking
watch,
of?
if
or
it
am I
didn't happen
thinking of-
already, it's going to happen within
or
2 months.
It was either like they made ET 3D or they like remastered it or something like that. It honestly might be probably remastered. I'm just thinking 3D.
Yeah, but I
3DT.
remember again like around 10 years ago there was a big push for 3D movies, and like the 2 movies I really remember watching, like really being excited for and going to the theater to see in 3D were Spy Kids 3 and Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yo, Shark Boy and Lava Girl's my shit.
Yeah, anything with Robert Rodriguez.
Oh my
Wasn't
gosh.
Avatar was the big advent of the IMAX?
Oh yeah,
3D.
shit.
Yeah, and James Cameron was pushing for that. I don't think you needed to see it in 3D though. Like, first of all, like James Cameron always said like the reason I waited this long to make this movie was so I could make it look as realistic as possible. And he honestly clings to this day that
That he's going to make 5 more sequels?
well, not only that he's going to make 5 more sequels, but that those characters are indistinguishable from what they would look like in reality. Which
but-
obviously they were CGI mess,
These imaginary characters are indistinguishable from their real life non-existent counterparts.
Exactly.
Wait,
Occasion.
quick question about wow, shit, what's his name?
James Cameron.
James Cameron. Yeah, why did he go like a million miles below in the ocean? Why did he do
Oh,
that?
Yeah, I've never actually seen his reasoning for that. I've never heard any.
He just fucking
I've
did
never
it.
seen the South Park episode where he,
Yeah.
Isn't it
wasn't
because
it like expanding the boundaries of how stupid America could go or how stupid movies could become?
Yeah, and
I
there's like
figured it's
something at
just
the
'cause-
bottom of the ocean. They sent James Cameron, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah,
I don't
isn't it
know.
because he just wanted like
I'm
visual
guessing it's
ideas
just so
for
he had
outlandish
the
things?
ability to discover something, just to prove that he wasn't just a filmmaker.
Did he discover anything?
No, I'm pretty sure it's because he was looking
Just
for
the
ideas of like
filmmaker.
what kind of creatures to include in the next movie. Like just get see
Just, like,
things that
inspiration.
yeah, visual
Yeah, I can-
All
inspiration.
right, I can see that.
But I mean, you could just Google.
Yeah.
Come on.
So what did you think
Google
about his
everything.
Wonder Woman comments while on the subject of James Cameron?
What did he end up saying? That it didn't take enough
he
risks?
basically said, and this is something that I kind of agree with, that Wonder Woman wasn't a milestone. It wasn't really a groundbreaking
yeah.
feminist movement.
Yeah, I agree. I tend to agree.
But,
well,
I-
feminists.
Well,
That's a term we should use lightly.
We can argue about the definition of modern feminism.
It
all
was
we want, but,
a good movie with a female-led protagonist.
absolutely. But he was basically saying that it's just inherently sexist, not against men, against women. That this is an unrealistic expectation for women. It's not a feminist power film. It's not a women's empowerment film. You know, it's just another Hollywood film.
Well, I mean, you might as well just say every superhero movie is not realistic for anybody because they have powers and
But,
humans don't.
But what I'm thinking is he went way too far in the opposite direction of what a lot of critics are saying. And
I've never seen the movie.
you haven't really.
Kill me.
It's actually pretty good. Like probably the best DC Extended Universe movie to date. I know he's going to say Batman v Superman is.
No,
but-
Man of Steel.
Really?
Yes.
God, you and I have so many just divisive opinions. about
Man of Steel. If you like Superman and you truly understand it, you will like that movie. That's just my opinion. You don't
Well,
have to
first
think
of all, I
that.
understand Zack Snyder's reasoning for making that movie, but I did not enjoy that.
You
movie.
will give the
It's
people
like-
of Earth an ideal
And
to strive
BVS, I thought
towards.
was a much better film visually than Man of Steel. But
Yeah,
okay, so you kind of agree with me on that.
yeah, I agree. It did have
Man
a
of
lot
Steel
more
had
visual
a more
cues.
linear plot, I think, but
Yes, it
Yeah.
definitely did.
honestly, I thought it was kind of boring. But you know,
Was
that's-
I think it was like the Superman equivalent to Batman Begins.
Sure. Or it tried to be, but I don't think it hit the same marks as. I think that's what Snyder intended with Man of Steel and BVS. That's why he went for the darker tone with the DC Extended Universe. But I just.
Yeah.
I think that's one component of what made the Nolan trilogy great, you know? But
Yeah. Well, the thing is like Batman, to some degree, can afford to be grounded in reality. Where with Superman, you can only take that so far.
right, he's a Christ-like figure. His whole gimmick is that he's better than he's the
Yeah.
Ubermensch. He is the Superman.
They made sure to hammer that in Man of Steel, and in case you didn't notice, he is Jesus.
Well, yeah, the Jesus.
Or rather, like I think what they're really going for is that he's inspired by great philosophical figures like Jesus, and there's one scene where he's holding a
Again.
book of Plato.
Again, he's fully Nietzsche's Ubermensch.
Not the toy Plato. I mean the philosopher,
But
the Greek guy.
like okay, so the philosophical nerd in me is telling you to read "Thus Spoke Zarathustra" because first of all,
I keep that by my nightstand.
extremely weird, extremely German book, but like that I think was the basis for Superman. Like just the Ubermensch that Nietzsche describes is like what Superman is, you know,
Yeah.
without going too deep into like 20th century German philosophy. But yeah, so Wonder Woman,
Still haven't seen it. Sorry.
you should see it.
Still haven't.
Okay.
Um,
But yeah, what was all right? We're talking about Batman for a little bit.
Yeah.
What was your favorite Batman?
Dark Knight.
No, like who?
Oh.
Character? Like actor?
Bale.
Christian Bale by far.
Keaton.
Keaton.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
You're an old school dude.
Yeah, seriously. Honestly, I
I
thought
like
you'd
his
say
Batman the
Affleck.
best. Well, here's the
Affleck.
thing. I like everybody say, "Oh, Ben Affleck's Batman was amazing." He was a good Bruce Wayne, but let's face it, 90% of the time you see him as Batman, it's a stuntman or CGI.
Sure.
So really, the stuntman played Batman, and it's a great Batman.
Okay.
It's cool to watch.
Well,
but
I'd still
it's a good
consider
stunt
that
Batman.
Affleck's Batman. You know, I'd still say, if you're
The
referring to
Batman.
Affleck's Batman, I think of the BVS Batman. You know, and for
Well, yeah.
me, that's a close second. But Christian Bale is a clear winner for me. You know,
I think Christian Bale, in my personal opinion, tries too hard to be menacing with the. Whereas Keaton is just like, I want you to do me a favor and tell all your friends about me. What are you? I'm Batman. See, he doesn't have to try
It's
to.
like the
just
Neighbors,
subtle
it's
way
like
to
the Neighbors
intimidate.
debate.
if for the dark, gritty tone, for the realistic Batman that Christian Bale is trying to bring to life, that's what that Batman would look like. You know, it's the Batman that tries to instill fear. He's trying. That's the difference between him and Keaton.
Well, Keaton, they already have fear.
Yeah, but Keaton was well established before that point. With Batman, like with Bale's Batman, you see his journey from beginning
Yeah.
to end.
Although there is kind of a vague skip of time between Begins and Dark Knight.
Sure.
So I'm not sure how long that was. But if we're
I don't know,
talking
a couple years,
about
I'm guessing.
best Batmans in any form of
Actually,
media,
not even a couple years, because they already hinted at the Joker at the end of Batman Begins. I'm guessing a few months.
I don't know. But
R.I.P. Adam
in
West.
that case, he quits very quickly in his career. It's like a year and he
Yeah,
quits.
maybe. Again, he was just trying to become a symbol. You know, he didn't actually think he could stop all crime in Gotham.
Yeah. If you become more than just a man.
Which, like, I just really love the philosophy of the Batman trilogy, of the Dark Knight trilogy. You know.
What was the philosophy in Rises?
Now that's debatable. I guess it's that the symbol endures even when the man dies. Like that
Yeah,
I think
I
is the
guess.
overarching symbol of.
That's like seeing the
Gotham.
payoff of the beginning of his journey, I suppose.
Like I will say,
But
I
he-
think
he-
Rises was probably the weakest of the three. but-
Yeah, he just quits again.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think the horror genre can go in like a lot of ways. Like there's the low budget, there's the big budget, there's the franchise, but I think there really is a charm in the low budget ones where they use a lot of practical effects, like
Psycho.
like Evil Dead. You've seen those,
I saw the first.
or like Dawn of the Dead, where there's just
George
like
Romero or Zack Snyder version.
no George Romero,
Sure.
where there's like these really like I guess you could call it cheesy, but these really funny looking like gore special effects, and they just really add to how ridiculous it is. But they become classics like that.
Well, that's part of the fun, I think.
Yeah.
I do think films with practical effects will endure longer than films with
Yeah.
purely visual effects. You know,
Speaking of Evil Dead, you've seen Ash vs. Evil Dead?
I have.
What do you think about that show?
Oh, the show.
Yes, the show.
I have not seen the show.
Okay. Have you seen Army of Darkness?
No.
Damn.
I
Okay.
don't watch as much
Army.
television.
I implore you, please watch Army of Darkness. It is like the funniest horror. It's not really a horror movie. It's like a horror action movie.
Sure.
See this? This is my boomstick!
Have you seen? Because you know how sometimes they make like fake trailers.
Oh, the Grindhouse ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen.
Have you seen the one Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I think that was I'm trying to think. Was that the Rob Zombie one or the Eli Roth one?
Eli Roth.
Okay, yeah.
This holiday season, prepare to have the stuffing scared out of you. Thanksgiving.
This year there will be one uninvited guest. You'll be coming home for the holidays in a body bag.
One uninvited guest has arrived, and this year there will be no leftovers.
And then the best one is when you see like this cheerleader bouncing up and down on a trampoline, and you hear white meat, dark meat, all be carved.
White meat, dark meat, all will be carved.
And then a knife just comes out from the trampoline as she does a split and lands on it, and you just hear.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
It's great stuff.
Have you seen
I
Grindhouse?
felt like I was there. So you can't not talk about Tim Burton when you get to Halloween.
So, I will say, Nightmare Before Christmas is, I think, number 5 or number 6 on my list.
It's a classic.
Yeah,
it's,
it's gotta
it's
be
a
up
classic.
there.
But it's also like I feel like Tim Burton's movies are not scary either.
Well,
they're not. They're not
meant to be.
It's
It
just
is
like
a
it's
kid's
just
movie, you know?
like
They have dark
Halloween.
themes.
It's
Yeah.
like a dark theme. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
like
it's like
Corpse's
he
Bride and
You
shit.
look at anything Tim Burton's worked on. That's what makes a good, like, dark movie. You know, it's not necessarily scary. It's just unsettling.
It's like you based the script on Halloween decorations.
Sure.
Like, how can I work in all of this this stylistically spooky
From
stuff?
Party City.
or like the back section of one of those shady Halloween stores.
Yeah.
You like what like the
Spencer's.
blinking demon masks and all that.
Oh my gosh. No, my one English Drew. So I think my one favorite Tim Burton film is Coraline. I think that is like
Coraline.
I think that's one of my favorite ones. I don't know what it
Tim
is.
Burton or was that?
No, it was Tim
the other
Burton.
guy? I could've
Coraline.
Well, I know.
Or, like, button eyes and
I've
everything.
Seen Coraline a lot.
I'm pretty sure that was Tim Burton.
It's funny. Well, I think he produced it because same deal with Nightmare Before Christmas. Actually, he produced and wrote it, but the director, I believe, was it's the same guy who did James and the Giant Peach. I keep forgetting the guy's name.
Raoul Dahl. I'm joking. That's the writer, guys.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously Roald Dahl wrote James and the Giant Peach among.
You know what my favorite Burton movie is?
Sure.
I'll give you a hint. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Burton was because Burton got fired.
Yeah, because they what did they want? They want like a
basically wanted
kid
it to be
friendly.
more family friendly.
Yeah.
Tim Burton said.
And then we
"Fuck that."
get
First of all,
Tommy Lee Jones, Two-Face, and Jim Carrey Riddler, which is hilarious.
Jim
But
Carrey
it just
made a
went.
good Riddler, I will say.
He did.
Like he is a goofy character.
You suck my battleship.
But yeah, just the problem is
Danny
first of all,
DeVito as the
Burton
Penguin.
wasn't, like,
Yeah,
making
that was in
controversial
Returns.
movies. As dark as you might have seen Batman as being, like they were still wildly successful. Kids could see those and wouldn't be like mentally scarred for life, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But,
speak for yourself.
I'm just saying, Schumacher made 2 really terrible movies.
What killed
that
the
are-
dinosaurs? The Ice Age, Batman. Stay cool.
You did know that, right? That they cast Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
So, like, I was actually watching all of these with my sister because she's finally getting into Batman, and like, she loves him, and I have no idea what she loves about him. But
I don't know. They're cartoony.
yeah. But, I mean,
You know what I feel like Batman, what is it, Batman and Robin is? It's like the full budget potential of the Adam West series. It's just so damn
Yeah,
campy.
exactly.
Adam West.
But they should have cast Adam West as Batman then.
Oh my god.
I would have actually
R.I.P.
loved to see that, like
Great
a
Scott,
modern
Robin.
live-action Adam West Batman.
Yeah. They did make that was it that
The
animated, thing
animated
recently?
Yeah, that was from last year, which was one of I think his last voice roles.
His last reprisal of the role of Batman.
Yeah, which is fucking depressing. Like I was watching Family Guy last
Maybe
week.
he rest in peace. Maybe he'll come back this Halloween with a Black Lantern ring.
You can only hope.
But God, I miss Adam West. Like, I mean, even beyond Batman, he was just such a great person. What were we talking about right?
That
before-
sounds like a
Tim
could be-
Burton, and then it went right to Batman again.
Tim
Oh,
Burton's
yeah,
The
Tim Burton.
Flash on Ice.
Favorite Tim Burton movies.
Coming to
Favorite Tim
Disney
Burton
World.
movies.
Directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Oh my god.
So
That sounds like he ends up in a very horrible accident.
so did you see Burton's latest film, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar?
You just
Oh,
ruined
no,
my
I heard-
segue into the Flash episode.
well, too bad, John.
We had it all laid out
done with Tim
perfectly.
Burton.
The Flash
Yeah,
on
you just
ice. It was a
ripped it
nice
apart.
slide.
Okay.
We slid right into that one.
Okay,
Slid
do you
into
want to
the
go back to
DMs.
Flash, or did you?
No. If you want to go back to Tim
I'm
Burton.
cool with whatever.
Oh no. We're going. All right, Tim Burton.
I haven't
Killer
seen it.
Children.
Okay.
I can't comment.
Have you seen it, Drew?
No, I heard it was really good though.
It was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Wanna talk about Flash now?
Sure, there wouldn't be an utterly nonsense without talking about the freaking Flash. every
I've never
single
seen The
time.
Flash. I'm just gonna sit in the corner quiet.
So, what'd you think of last night's episode?
I thought it was
Or season 4, episode 3? Because
season 4,
Incredible.
episode 3, October 20. Who cares?
yeah, 26th.
Yeah. So
Right.
I don't know what her comic book name is, but here she was called like late.
Jinx.
Oh, Jinx, right?
No,
yeah.
it's the
Jinx.
25th now, so
Jinx.
it'd be the 24th, right?
Sure.
So
Sure.
This airs on this Friday, so as far as they're concerned, this is several
Oh,
days ago.
I am so sorry, everyone. I just ruined the magic trick for you guys. I hate myself.
Okay.
Continue.
Magic Trick's funny you say that because her power is basically making magic
It's
happen,
Oh, hells yeah.
It's
Give me some.
probability manipulation.
like
which is
Domino, right?
basically.
But this one seems like it's on a
literally
huger
the same
scale.
power, but it's
But
the DC
but
version.
magic.
I will say,
Pretty
so
much.
I grew up watching Teen Titans, so I'm pretty happy that they included Jinx.
Oh, she was the one with the pink hair.
yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
that-
why it
it's-
sounded
it's that
familiar.
character, but it's
But
a
looks completely
DC
different.
TV interpretation.
I like Starfire.
Yeah, so obviously she's blonde and quirky because she's blonde.
Yeah.
I'm so quirky. I'm so blonde. Feel sorry for me.
It's becoming a trope.
Now I'm a
that
bitch all of a
exists-
sudden.
It's becoming a trope that exists
Every girl.
only in DC television. Like there has to be at least one quirky blonde character per episode,
Yeah, it's just the trope in CW shows.
apparently.
Um,
Not to say it doesn't exist elsewhere, but they love to use quirky blondes.
yeah, I don't know. I thought it was kind of silly.
Yeah.
But I did like the main thing I liked about it was how we get to see this thinking man thinking behind the scenes.
Yeah, I
He's
like
like,
how they're building.
We
on
need
him
to
without
analyze
actually-
this one further. Like they're not shying away from him like he's some sort of
They're-
spooky
I think
monster.
they're trying really hard to make it apparent how smart he is.
Yeah,
You know.
because they're like they figured out your candidate faster than you expected.
Sure.
They might be smart, but I'm smarter. As he like
Which
checkmates. I have no idea.
Okay. So
Yeah, I
what-
don't have
what-
that much to
What
say.
did
It
you
was kinda
think
silly.
about this episode in terms of like the actual main antagonist of this particular episode? What did you think of Jinx?
Well, she didn't really do any fighting. She just kind of stood there while everybody screwed up.
Yeah, I think she was unique in that aspect. You know, she was not a villainess.
What the heck was
even
that?
if she was a villain, you know.
She wasn't really much of a villain. She's just like, my life sucks so
just-
much that I'm just gonna have a good time.
Sure.
I mean, I can relate to that. My life is horrible. Please help me.
So a couple things. First of all, you okay, Drew?
Fine over here. Continue.
So first of all, I hate the reliance on magic. I think first of all, like I'm happy that they tried to explain it away, but
Oh yeah.
it's like it's fucking. Magic,
It's dark
you know?
matter. He came out of the portal, and there was some. He sneezed some dark matter onto a bus, so everybody there is a superhuman now.
Yeah, and she can somehow manipulate dark matter fields without knowing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, like
Almost
what was
like
it?
magic.
She was in
It's
a
magic,
coffee
John.
shop, and you see
It's
like a
magic.
baby about to get stabbed, some guy about to shoot himself with a nail gun.
Which you can talk about luck all you want. That's not fucking luck. That's people being fucking idiots and it all happening at once. You know. But
Yeah, there's
well,
no
that's the
point trying to
thing.
reason
It's
through it.
a fucking supernatural force. Luck is not a thing. You know.
It's the general influence of motion on
And
particles.
you can argue about probability as much as you want, but there's no
Harrison Wells
force-
explained it.
Yeah, whatever.
He said it's all these connected quantum
entanglements.
entanglement, loop-de-doop-de-whoop-de-doo things.
And
that
I'm
line
sure
up.
I'm sure if you could find some physicist somewhere who could say that all makes scientific sense, and I'm sure the CW has some scientist on staff.
You know, I
Saying
have a
shit.
friend who every time I tell him about stuff that happens in the Flash, he knows some physics stuff because he's had several physics classes, and he's like, yeah, that would totally not happen. That's not how it would go. Listen, the Flash would just vaporize the air if he ran that fast and just cause nuclear explosions across the Earth. It would just never happen. And then I tell him, but the Speed Force allows that, and he goes,
So that's the thing.
He's like, shut the fuck up.
So that's the one thing. Like the recurring thing about the Flash in any interpretation is anytime he does anything that violates the laws of physics, there's the Speed Force, which is some sort of invisible.
The Speed
magical
Force will protect
that
me.
he created
Now it's coming
when
after
he got
me.
struck by lightning.
now
So-
we have to go inside it.
So it's like the condom.
Now it
of
has to go
speed.
inside me. Yep. Yeah,
Wow.
basically.
That's a weird analogy,
But it's accurate.
Sure.
But super accurate.
But,
It actually is.
so
The speed
but,
condom.
fucking they can
Available in a
explain-
CVS near you.
They can
Oh, God.
basically write away any impossible thing just by saying, you know, Speed Force. Because of the Speed Force, anything can happen. Speed Force, Speed Force,
Yeah,
Speed
or
Force.
when they
Speed
say
Force.
they time travel, he's like, I've time traveled so much that the rules don't even apply to me, so we don't have to explain this. Just go
I
with
really
it.
fucking
Just-
hate the
just
Reverse
fucking do it.
Flash. I really fucking hate the Reverse Flash.
Is he like the Flash that just runs
He's like the
backwards?
Flash, but he's yellow.
You know,
he wears yellow.
Some villains make sense.
So fucking stupid.
But someone say I do.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure they ran out of villains for the Flash like as soon as they wrote the character, and you know they just wanted to include someone who was somewhat equal to him and physicality was somewhat challenging to him.
Yeah, that's why they did the Reverse Flash story 3 seasons in a row. I don't know if that's how the song's gonna go.
I'm not even sure what we're using.
It's been an honor to be here.
Our audio
Chad.
has been faded out.
At this point, we